searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical. Welcome back, guys and gals, Critical here. Today I'm starting a new season in Grim Dawn. They just dropped the patch 1.0.7, and it's to get ready for Forgotten Realms, or Forgotten Gods, excuse me, which is supposed to drop in first quarter of 2019. And I've been out of the game for almost a year since I last played, and I want to learn the systems again. And the best way to get in there is actually just to take a tune from level 1, and I'm going to do it in veteran mode. Actually, take that back. I'm not in veteran mode. Hold on a second. Let me jump out and put it back on veteran. Now, I did jump into the Crucible real quick. I didn't do anything. I'm still level 1, no experience. I just had this gear. I've recorded this video 3 times already. No, twice already. I'm completely messed up. And each time the quality just wasn't there. It was shuddering. It's just all sorts of. So I got a full set of level 1 gear that I've already collected a few times. But now we're going to try to do this, and it looks so much better now, at least. Nice and smooth, crisp.
You're not looking to the bodies that you will need to.
Yeah. Don't want to talk to you. I already know what they're going to say. I've been through it before. Let me Bogart the... I can get this, right? Maybe I can't. Huh. Last time I could actually grab the note that was up there. It doesn't always work, I guess. So, I want to remake my WitchBlade. Now, at the beginning, I'm calling this Return of the WitchBlade. So what I'm going to be making is a WitchBlade, which is a combination of a soldier and an occultist. And I'm going to be a cadence vitality tank, I guess is the best way to look at it. Basically, I'm going to be drinking people's blood. I am going to sprint into combat, hit them with all the nasties that I can throw on them. Really? I'm sitting here talking and you're trying to hit me and you still couldn't hit me? Dude, you suck. And keeping myself up by basically bashing in all the mobs that I'm facing in the game. It is a really fun build to play, in my opinion, because it's not cookie cutter. It's not a one button you win. It's can be pretty intense, and it's not safe either in any way, shape, or form. Now, I didn't really want the gun. I just wanted the note because the note experience, I get higher level faster, and I can get to the skills that I want to get to. Speaking to the skills, first off, I'm going to be putting my first 10 points into physique. Every single time, it's what I suggest every character do. You really need it for armor. You need it to keep yourself alive. It really does come in handy. I'm going to put 1 point into force wave and 1 point into the advantage because I already have a couple items on me that are level 1, but they both have the same buff. So now I'm at level 3 on that, so it'll go off more often. And when it does go off, it's going to do a lot more damage. Doesn't matter there because there's nothing to kill. There's usually undead spawn over here, but not this time. For some reason, I didn't get my undead. That's okay. I'll find some over here. Now, most things are, I mean, even on veteran, this is veteran normal. And having at least level 1 gear, which is decent. I mean, it's not bad, but it's decent level 1 gear. Most things are going to die pretty quickly in this first area. Trust me, I'll pay for it in the future. It's definitely going to get more difficult. Now I'm going to pick this stuff up mainly to sell it. But there's always a possibility I get something that's actually nicer than what I have currently equipped. Oh, you know what? I didn't even set my skill. Force Wave. Now, I can't spam it right now, which really sucks. In my opinion, Force Wave is really nice, you know, without the spam ability, but it is just so much better with spam. And I keep hitting. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Darn it. Trying to save up before I got the spam ability. But like I was saying, oh, I love, look at the physics. The bodies go flying. It's so awesome in this game. I've actually missed Grim Dawn, and I've been wanting to start another playthrough on it, but I wanted to wait till a little bit closer. Look at the bodies. I love it. I wanted to wait till a little bit closer to the next update when the game's getting Forgotten Gods, which looks really good. And they've done a lot of changes. Even in just this update we just got, there's a huge list. I would spend the next hour trying to walk through all the changes. One of the big changes, though, is in our devotion tree. If I want to find things that do vitality, this is everything. All the red dots are everything on the skill on the devotion trees that include vitality. Some for it, either vitality resistance, vitality damage, as long as it has the word vitality. Let's say I wanted to do fire, which I'm not. Here is all the nodes, or devotion, or stars, how you want to look at it, that deal with fire in some way. So that's really nice, especially for new players, that they look at the devotion tree and they're like, oh my god, what did I get myself into? That makes it a lot easier for those new players to get in on this game. And this game is definitely noob friendly. It's not the most difficult game in the world, but it's definitely a good ARPG. I would say it's probably one of my top 3 current ARPGs. It's not going to beat a D2. I think it's a lot better than D3. But that's about where I would put it. Now, before anybody asks any questions, no, I don't play PoE. So I'm not going to compare it to PoE because that just wouldn't be fair. Actually, let me buff myself before I go face the hero mob over here. Ah, now I can spam. It's spam time. I'm gonna have some spam and eggs. Now, it's not fast, but I can increase my attack speed. And this is just my leveling build. Force Wave is basically how I'm gonna level this character until I at least get to level 25. At level 25, I can equip a medal. No, it's not a medal. Hold on a second. Let's get this right. It's a relic that'll allow me to utilize dual wield melee weapons. And this build is basically going to be, I'm going to be running around, sprinting around, and doing massive amounts of damage to mobs, and basically I hit them and they heal me. I mean, if you're gonna look bare basics, that's the bare basics of what I'm going to be building. Make me go around. Okay, will do. Now, the maps in Grim Dawn, if you've never played it before, are not they're not randomized. They are static maps. The maps are like there'll be like 3 passages, and every time you start a new world, there'll be areas that are cut off, and which area is cut off is what changes. So one playthrough, I might have been able to go straight where I originally went up to, but that didn't work this time. I had to go around. That's how they kind of give you some randomness to the world. Even though it's a static map, but it's a well done map. I have to give them some credit for that. And then like placement of this cave or that cave is also random within the world. NPCs aren't, but there are a few that you have to find. There's a guy you have to save, and he'll be in one of 3 camps. You never know which camp he's going to be in. You just have to go. Usually I hit the first one and then the second one and hope I find him in the first 2. If not, I have to go find him in the 3rd one. But he's in a cage. You got to kill the stuff around, release him, and then send him back, and that person becomes a trader for you. So it's actually a very important person to get because it gives you another way to buy and sell. Somebody with another inventory. Now, I'm not doing too much damage right now. I've got a decent weapon. I don't think that no, see, it's 68 less damage. I mean, it's definitely a nice two-handed weapon. Once I hit my next level and I can start buffing my skill, I'm gonna be blowing these things out of the I was gonna say out of the water, but they're not standing in water, so that really didn't make any sense. That's why I kind of like paused. I'm like, why am I gonna say I'm blowing them out of the water when they're not in water? Fly, my pretties, fly! Alright. Level up my physique. Gives me better weapons I can use. Better armor I can wear. 5 points or 3 points directly into force weight. Now you're going to start seeing it just blowing apart enemies. And it just took that long. Just that little bit of a buff. And things are going to die a lot faster now. Now, currently, my energy situation is I'm basically not using any energy. But as I keep buffing this skill, I'll start using energy rather quickly. So I'm probably going to aim for about 10 points into the skill and then move up the tree from there. Now, realistically, what I should do is just put all 6 of my first 16 points basically into that. But I prefer to try to get some 1-point wonders along the way that provide some utility, some survivability, that type of stuff. Fortunately, I can attack from up here and still hit these guys down there. And it's a little broken, but it is a wave, and I am using a force wave, and so a wave can travel down there. At least that's how I try to justify it for myself. Now this hero's going to go down. He'll be a little bit more difficult to take down than his minions. His minions are really easy. Basically, I like to run around, kill off the minions, and then double tap the boss, move, double tap the boss, move. Because he has to reposition to fire his aether crap at you. And just reposition and then hit him once or twice, reposition, hit once or twice. Never pass up on scrap. You need it for crafting. You need it to complete quests. Even though I know I have scrap in the town in my stash, I'd rather pick up free scrap along the way. I like the sound of Force Wave as well. It's really nice. It's not overbearing, but it feels that the sound effect for the skill fits what you're doing with the skill. Keep forgetting to level up. And I'll put the next 3 points. So there'll be 2 here, and then I'm probably going to put 1 point in military conditioning because that'll give me a little bit more physique and a little bit more health, survivability, better weapons, and better armor that I'll be able to equip. Go ahead and offer up one of the crystals I've picked up. Get myself a devotion point and some loot. Not any really good loot, but, you know, it was something. All right, so devotion. I want to go for the bat first because it's by vitality and bleeding damage, and I'm all about vitality. And it also has twin fangs, which for me is an awesome ability. It uses weapon damage, which is a key point. It does a good amount of vitality damage, even at the base level. And then 25% of your attack damage is converted to health. So to get that started, I need to take one of the green, which gives me access to the bat now. But I've got to find shrines. Now, one of the cool things that they're going to be changing with Forgotten Gods is once you've completed the game in normal and in elite, then normally you go into ultimate. And if you've beaten the game in ultimate and you wanted to start an alt, you have to do that whole process over again. Well, the developers wanted to kind of get away from that. So if you've beaten the game in all those levels, you can start the game in ultimate as a level 1 character. You can buy, I forget what they call them, but basically it's a different type of shard, or it's an item that allows your character to skip difficulty levels. Now, the one thing you have to be aware of is that you're skipping those difficulty levels. And yes, things will give you a lot more experience when you fight them, but all the resistances, the negative effects of the higher levels that make your resistances that you've built up going through, it lowers them. So you'll start out like -20 on a certain resistance or something. That is still there. So level 1, things are going to be a lot harder to kill. And if they have any type of effect like this poison or trauma or physical, your protections won't help you because they're going to be too low. They're going to be in a negative status effect for that, which means pretty much everything is going to kill you. You really need to be careful. It's a good challenge if you have the experience. I've beaten the game on normal and elite. I've never gone all the way through ultimate. I'm expecting this character I'm going to take all the way through though, just because I want to experience. And like I said, this is my favorite build. I've done several other builds, but this is definitely by far my favorite build I've ever played in the game. Oh, there's my cave entrance, which is nice. Well, extra tidbit of experience. I might be portaling. Yep. All right. Let's level up real quick. So 2 more points into there. 1 point in military conditioning. Then I'm going to push up toward Blitz. That'll be the next thing I want to push for. Let's go ahead and pop a rift. I can pop my own personal rift because I was, at least on this character, I was once possessed by a dark entity. And it left me with special, unique powers. I know, I'm trying to build it up to be a lot more than what it is. I don't have enough scrap, do I? I got 4. I was 1 scrap short.
Welcome to my rift gate. You don't remember any. You'll be looking. Did you bring back excellent?
Yes. Level me up. Give me another skill point to put in. And I'm just going to push that 1 up. Thank you. Wasn't a level up, but it gave me another skill point.
What's left of my wares.
All the yellows I definitely don't want for now. I have better already. I'm going to sell off the greens because I just want the gold.
Iron well spent.
Or actually, not gold. In this game, it's steel bits. Gold is worthless. Iron bits. Sorry. Like I said, it's been a while. I need to remember what, all the ins and outs of the game. Here's that book I couldn't reach. Sometimes you can reach that one from the outside. It's just an extra 50 experience points before you head out. It's not that big of a deal.
Chat.
She's probably the easiest 100 experience in the game. Just walk up, talk to her, and leave. And you get 100 experience. That's I'm like, thank you. Now, I am going to avail myself of the items that I have in my stash. I don't see any reason I shouldn't use these. I'm just not gonna, you know, buff myself too hard. Just, you know, just a light buff to begin with. And I think I've got everything that I can actually use right now already equipped. Yep, there's no greens I can put on yet. Too low level, and I don't think I want to change anything else out, so we'll just go ahead and leave immediately. But I did grab, I did get some more scrap, so I should be able to turn that quest in real quick. But I'm not going to go down into the tunnels yet. We're going to go back out.
Good news is, since I've cleared out this...
Now, I know I'm skipping all the voice acting, but Grim Dawn has got some real good voice acting in this game. I almost kind of feel bad doing it, but I've heard it all before. But if you haven't, definitely listen to the voice actors. I think they do a wonderful job. I don't say that very often about voice actors. But I think the inflections and the accents that they use distinguish the different characters pretty well. Oh, there's another level. Let me level real quick, then you can come mess with me. Alright, you done? They're done. Good. I'm going to keep pushing up. So my next level, I'll be able to get Blitz. See, shield training I won't be using. Overguard I won't be using. So I'm going to take Blitz. And then Zohan's Technique. It's another... I don't want to say it's a free attack, but it gives you a chance that when you attack with a normal, what they call default attack, like Cadence, it'll go off and it does additional damage. Additional effects will happen. So it's really nice to get. And they're what we call 1-point wonders. A skill that it's nice, but you don't have to waste a lot of points to get some benefit out of it. I mean, if you put several points into it, you can get a better benefit just putting 1 point into it. But 1 point's enough to make the skill worth putting at least something into it. The base ability, the base effect that you get from it is definitely worth it. Quill throwers. Basically, it's what they are. I'll always call them quill throwers. I know that's Diablo 2, but that's what they make me think of. Human remains. Oh, I didn't get anything out of it. Usually I get something out of there. Make sure I didn't miss anything, because there's always, not always, but usually there I find scrap in here, so that's why I wanted to look. Alright, so now we're into the old dump. This is also the first time I've ever played the game listening to the actual soundtrack, because I'm concerned about my videos getting tagged for copyright infringement. I normally don't play with the game sound on, but I've seen a lot of people have streamed and recorded this game using the actual in-game sounds, and I wanted to try it because I've never given this game's music a chance. And so far, I'm not disappointed. I find it pretty nice. Right now, we got this nice drum beat going on. And I'm definitely liking what I'm hearing. Now, I like to completely unlock the map. I might not do it all in this one run, but I definitely like to unlock the map. Even if that means I come out here, get the portal, get done with the video, and then off video, just run back through and uncover the rest of the map. I don't know, it's a completionist thing in me. I have to. Ah, yes. Already getting necklaces, which is nice. I do like how they have a fog of war, so you can see where you have been and where you haven't been, which makes it really nice for somebody who has the completionist bug. that they want to know they've stepped on every surface available to them and explored everything. And I know I've skipped a lot here, but want to hit some key stuff today. Next video, we'll go down into the tunnels, finish that part, then we'll come out here and do some more topside adventuring. Now, it's going to take me a few weeks to get into a higher level on this because I'm not rushing and I've got to work it into my schedule. I'm probably going to be playing this 4 times a week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays. That's my tentative plan right now. I can't promise that's what I'm going to do, but more than likely it's what it's going to end up being. Now I'm starting to look at the gear that I'm getting, as I'm starting to get gear that more than likely could be better than what I'm wearing. So I'm at least checking now. That first run was all pretty low stuff. Depending on what I was building, that actually is not a bad item. Now, I'm not going to be using a shield, so I'm either going to be two-handing it or I'm going to be dual-wielding it.
Iron well spent.
Don't think there's anything else I can turn in. Not at this point. Now, I did go ahead and, because I have characters that have gotten exalted with the factions in the past, I use the, what do they call them? The mandates. So I used a mandate for each of the ones that I've been exalted in the past. So it gives me a nice jump in their reputation, so that I can start buying items when I get to a higher reputation level. And there's got some nice crafted relics and items. There's some nice stuff you can get, augments, and stuff that you can use to buff your equipment. So it's definitely worth the reputation in this game is definitely worth going for. But that's my time for today. I've been Critical. This has been Grim Dawn. I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. If you have, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.